What is up, fam?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Daily Bread with.
Britt and Joe.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
We got 50 finally.
Oh my gosh, yes. We finally have 50 subscribers.
50 subs.
So we're getting closer to 100.
Yes.
Every day.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't even think we would get.
Like 3.
Yeah, like anyone, really. So it's really awesome.
But here we are at 50.
I know.
And
50 people care.
now we gotta get some socks somehow for these people. But
I
we'll see.
know.
We'll see. We'll see how we pull that off. So we're going to be changing it up a bit because we've been talking a lot about our personal life, right? So you guys got to know us. You got to know me and Britt, our move out here, a little bit of how we met, our relationship, our kids.
Yep, just kind of
our
about
doggies.
Us. Yeah, our doggies.
And now we're going to start diving into kind of why we started this podcast, which was to dive into like hot topics and have some good conversations with you guys. So, yeah, we're going to be giving you a little preview of that today. And boy, do we got some hot topics so far to start with, right?
Yeah, like literally Trump's speech that he made.
Man, that was crazy. That was, what 2 nights ago now?
Yeah. Was it 2 nights? Yeah.
Yeah. By the time you guys see this, it'll be a week already into it. But, yeah.
No. When they see it, it'll be like 3 days since it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm so used to shooting the podcast on a Sunday. That's why.
Right, yeah. But no, they'll have it like real time.
Yeah, they'll have it real time pretty much. Yeah, that was just absolutely crazy. Crazy.
Great speech. I loved it.
I thought it was great too. A lot of people will probably disagree with it, but I just think that it.
No, a lot of people approved of it actually.
Well, good.
The statistics, yeah.
I hope so.
Or
the statistics facts say that people agree.
Yeah, they said 76 approved and 23 did not.
Right, and we all know who those 23 are.
Yes.
But let's get into it. I mean, right off the bat, it started out completely spicy. Right before Trump came in, the Democratic Party was coming in seated to the left, I believe, and the Republicans were on the right, and they came in wearing pink. Let's start with that.
Yes, it seems like the women were wearing like pink blazers and stuff to support women's rights. Oh
women's rights? Oh, man. No, sounding racist. You got to be careful.
Women's rights, yeah.
Women's rights, yeah. Which is funny because the same people who are supporting women's rights are also, in the same sense, all for men playing in women's sports. And they voted no against banning that, right?
Yes. They did vote no.
That is quite a funny, absurd thing
It got approved though, right? Because there's more Republicans that voted yes.
Right.
Yeah, but they voted no, which is absurd.
I mean, I don't think that even comes down to being a Republican or Democrat. I just think that's morally and just out of fairness. I mean, would you want a man playing? Yeah. Would you want a man playing in a woman's sports? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. It just sounds like weak men trying to.
We are built different for a reason.
Right. 100%. That's just science and just a way of life.
Yeah, absolutely. So they wore pink.
So they wore pink, and then they came in with some little signs too, right? That was cool. Oh, yeah. Little signs that said false and God knows what other things.
Some of them said Musk steals.
And liars.
Save Medicaid.
Man, are you drunk? Dang. Save
Medicaid.
Medicaid,
oh my gosh.
yes.
I'm fumbling it up over here.
Because I was unaware that they were doing away with Medicare and all that. So this is news to me.
They're not.
Complete news to me. It's funny how they push these things to make it seem so much worse than what they actually are. Oh, he's taking away Medicaid. Like, nobody's taking anything away. We're auditing and seeing where all of this money is going.
And first of all, when Trump did stop the...
Oh, she's a mess today, guys. Excuse my wife. I don't really understand what's going on today. It's just been a complete disaster so far.
Oh goodness.
Took a Black Hawk to the face. Black Hawk down. Know what I'm saying?
Stop. Oh, man. Okay. Oh gosh, here I am crying again. No, when he stopped the federal funding for that situation, it was because they were auditing and seeing where the money was going. But he didn't stop, like, people getting money or Medicaid or
No.
anything like that. He was just investigating
Social
on where the
Security.
money. Yes.
All that's still coming to
so
people.
they had saved Medicaid. Musk steals, false liar.
Yep.
This one girl had a whiteboard and she was writing things.
Oh yeah,
on
I
it.
saw her. I forget she's somebody. Can you imagine that being like one of your leaders or somebody that's representing you? Like she just weirdness. But everything he
Not
would
a good
write,
look.
why don't you pay your taxes? It was just
Not a good
look.
look.
The whole thing was just very. It was just disgraceful. It was tasteless. It was childish, and I think children act better than what those people did. It was just complete garbage. And I just found it very just disappointed to see the Democratic Party just act that way. You know, and for people that say that we cry about everything, they were sure doing a lot of crying. A lot of crying.
Yeah, it was insane. They had to literally remove a congressman.
Yeah, Al Green. So he right off the bat, I mean, dude, it hadn't even started, and he was already waving his cane, and he got warned 2-3 times before finally Vance said, "Yo, get him out of here." And thank goodness the Speaker of the House said, "Get your ass out of here already." You know, and
What do you say? The Sergeant of Arms is coming?
yeah, Sergeant of Arms is gonna come if you don't tone it down. And
Al Green actually posted something basically saying like he wasn't going in there to cause disruption, that he was grabbing his belongings and his cane to leave, but when he was leaving, Trump was saying something and it was so absurd to him that he was screaming at him about Medicaid again, basically.
what do you mean he was grabbing?
He
We
literally
all watched it live.
Yeah, he did not get up to walk away. He got up to yell at him.
He got up and
Yeah.
was yelling, and they told him to tone it down, and he
Ridiculous.
continued, which is funny because everybody's saying, "Oh, so much for freedom of speech," and this is your president. What freedom of speech? This is a guy who's acting irate, screaming, not letting anybody talk. And last I checked, when we're in a assembly like this, there should be order,
I was
right?
about to say, yeah, there's order.
I mean,
yeah.
do you go to work and tell your bosses to fuck off or to just start
No.
causing chaos? No, because it's an orderly place. Like you conduct order. It doesn't mean I don't have free speech. You can have free speech with respect and order.
Right.
It's very simple. So I find that funny too. I mean, we're gonna dive into all sorts of things that I've just found completely absurd with all of this. So Trump starts with already finding loopholes in all of this money, which I
Yes,
found
yeah.
pretty crazy. I mean, what they were spending,
That was crazy to hear, like, where our money was going.
where all the money was going, right?
How
$5.3
much in
million,
debt are we?
trillions upon trillions. But
insane.
again, for one example, one of the reasons is $5 million went to a Middle Eastern country for Sesame Street. Are you guys okay with your tax money going to the Middle East for Sesame
Freaking
Street?
Big Bird.
Right? Big Bird Afghani? Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Why are we spending
doesn't. That's-
$5 million
no.
for that?
No.
Now I could think of a million things that we could spend $5 million on. Like for example, all of the people who went through all of these natural catastrophes. You know what I'm saying? We had LA fires. We had North Carolina
We're giving
underwater.
billions of dollars for Sesame Street when North Carolina only got $750
What a slap in the face that
when
is.
their like city got destroyed.
It's crazy. It's
But
crazy.
yeah,
The-
that's the Dems for you.
Yeah. I mean, we're sending trillions of dollars to Ukraine. Again, not our war. And here we are sending money after money after money to them, and we get nothing in return. I'm not understanding. I mean, Italy said, sure, we'll give you money, but you have to pay it back. All these other places are saying, we'll give you things, but you need to give
Like
it
a
back.
loan, yeah.
Right.
Like, I'll give you this, and then you need to repay.
But we're
us.
the only country under the Biden administration that gave all this money with nothing getting
and
reciprocated.
we gave like over 100 like billion more or 200 billion more.
Yeah, plus military assets.
Yeah, it's absurd.
And the guy's turned around. I mean, we're going to get into Zelensky next week all on his own. But, I mean, the guy is receiving billions of dollars, and his wife is calling Monaco spending millions like they're $10 bills. It's crazy. We give him military assets, and then he goes and sells it on the black market. That's wild to me. Yet your country's completely in ruins. You know, and people don't... It's like you hate this guy more than you love your country, honestly. Like, you can't put the difference aside. Whether you like Trump or not, that's besides the point, right?
Right.
We should be caring about the policies that are taking place. I mean, not one standing ovation for anything. Again, you don't have to like the guy.
Disgraceful.
But just basic morals. A kid gets up there talking about how he had brain cancer, survives it, doesn't know if he's going to make it to full
What do you
life
say, like 5
term, pretty
months
much.
he had,
Right.
like, to live? Yeah.
Yeah, and they couldn't even stand up for that. We had a kid who was working his ass off to get into West Point, which is one of the highest ranking colleges in military.
And his father died in duty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And they couldn't stand up and give an ovation for that. A mother whose daughter was murdered by a Venezuelan gang,
Yep.
they couldn't stand up and give respect to that. Mind you, this has nothing to do with politics. This is just human
Right. This is just like being
life.
a human.
Right.
That they claim so much that they have all this empathy towards
An officer that was
those
slain.
that aren't treated right and all that kind of stuff. And it's like you can't even stand
To give
for
respect.
yes, for the American people like that. Like that is
Unbelievable.
the
It
only
was
time
just a
they
disgrace.
clapped was when Trump was talking about Ukraine and like the money that we spent
The money that went to Ukraine. That's the only time they stood up. And nobody finds this absurd. Like, I'm genuinely asking, people are okay with this? Whether you like the president of the United States or not, these are just basic things that should be eye-openers to you guys and see the direction of life that they are trying to lead you in and how they're trying to desensitize you to real life issues and blind you with things that really need to be addressed. I'm not sure why everybody's so mad at Elon Musk for finding loopholes with Doji in systems that were just spending money. This is your money. This is your tax money that's going to
deserve to know
absolutely
where it's
nothing.
going.
1,000%. We should deserve to be completely transparent with everything.
Yeah, it's insane. And I just feel like that the left side is just a bunch of hypocrites.
They really are right now.
Like, it's just a bunch of hypocrites.
You know, and it wasn't always like that. I mean, the Democrats weren't always this extreme.
No, their ideology is completely
It's so
gone
off. It's
so far left.
It's almost terrorist-like. It's like you're so far gone that you can't even acknowledge
like
things
Trump
anymore.
said it when he was like basically saying, okay, now there's 2 genders, male, female.
Right.
Okay, men are not playing in women's sports, and Trump goes, who would have thought would be what I'm like saying? Like,
I'm still mind boggled.
that is what's crazy. It's like that's our policies and what we're fighting over.
It's almost sad that we have to bring that up. And again, I'm gonna get some hate mail for this one, but I just don't understand what the thing is with transgender. Why are we pushing this so much on our kids? Since when has that ever been an issue or a problem? And all of these statistics with kids are going through so much trauma, not being able to come. There is no factual proof of anybody that are going through mental issues about having to come out or saying that they're dealing with transgenderism. It doesn't belong in a classroom. It doesn't belong outside of your own home. If that's something that you choose to do in your home, by all means, this is a free country and we're not trying to take that away. You do it in your home. But as far as an educational place of conduct where you are teaching my child something, we don't need it.
There's no reason for that.
We're not teaching you how to be straight or any of these. While you take church out of the schools, but you replace it with transgenderism, and you think that's okay. I just don't understand how it's not okay then to have church in our schools. What is the difference? It's a bunch of hypocrisy. Yeah, it's
That's
wild
what they
to
are.
me.
They are the
Hypocrites.
party of hypocrisy.
And it's just it's too bad and it's very sad what our nation has become, and I'm just happy that for once it truly is going in a right direction now. It needs to be
I was
restored.
thrilled with all the things that he was saying, and
Me too. I supported 1,000%.
what's crazy too is like they didn't even clap for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security. Aren't they the pushers of tax cut? Like taxing, we don't need to tax the working class. Like that is literally the working class.
They don't care
and then our elderly, which they push too.
Because that money was going into their pockets, and now it's not. It's going back into your pockets, the American people, which is wild to me that people are upset by listening to these leaders in the Democratic Party. This is money that's going back to you. We spend 10 hours a day every week away from the people that we love the most to pretty much go make other people rich.
10 hours a day, not a week, right?
10 hours a day every week.
Yes, okay.
Okay? And we get very little compared to the margins of what these companies are making. Okay, it just doesn't make sense. You do this for 50 years. Okay, think about that. 10 hours a day every week for 50 years. And only then at 50 years, maybe you could start thinking about, okay, retirement. But you can't even retire at the age of 50 today because you can't. You
No.
can't survive on that. So by the time you
It's
actually
like late
are able
60s.
to, yes, it's late 60s when you're too old
To
to
enjoy.
enjoy life and your kids. And I find that completely absurd. And here is a policy where they're trying to put money back, no tax on tips. I just don't get how this is not a good idea. How you cannot stand up for this. Put the difference aside, whether you like him or not, and just stand up for America. Right? I don't get it.
Absolutely.
I don't get it.
It's because it's Trump. And I think
Get over
even
it.
I think even with like the Republicans, I think a majority of them though are like okay, like for him, but it's like they just see Trump, so it's like they immediately just
They just get red eyed, and it's
hate
just
anything
hate.
that he says, and it's like listen to some of the things he's saying, like it's common sense stuff.
It is.
Like
It is
I don't
common
know what
sense.
to say
It,
besides just common sense.
the fact that we even have to talk about having or banning men from a women's sport, it's just common sense. The fact that we have to put a policy that men cannot go into a woman's bathroom is just absurd. Do you want men walking into your daughter's bathroom
Absolutely not.
when they classify themselves as women? I don't care what you think you are. If you're a dinosaur, if you're a lizard, Godzilla, it doesn't matter to me. Biologically, as a human, you are what you are when you were born. The end. Despite what you think mentally, what you want to be, it is what it is. And we have designations for both those parties, right? So I don't understand how this is even a topic or why we're even conversing about this. It's just completely mind blowing to me. And
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And again, I think that speech was incredible and it was
2
needed.
hours.
2 hours.
That man, for his age,
It was the longest.
He has a lot of stamina.
And I think it was very good with what he said. I mean,
It was
can you
so
imagine
good.
Joe Biden speaking for 2 hours?
No, he would
He
not.
can't even speak for 2 minutes, much less two
Well,
hours
the
would be
speech was
unreal.
at what? He didn't start talking till like 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is done
Oh no.
at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. He called it.
We're done with
I
work.
think he had like some policy or something where at 4 o'clock it was no more
Yeah.
presidential stuff. That I mean, is that somebody who you want as a leader in
leader?
leadership?
No.
Just ridiculous, man. Again, all their policies, their ideologies, all of it's completely extremist, and I'm just happy that we're finally going in the right direction. Let's talk about some of these tariffs.
Oh yeah, the tariffs.
Okay,
People are having a fit about that too.
I know that's touchy. Look, go.
I was gonna say it makes me laugh too how Trump's like, that's my favorite word. You know, it pisses those people, and you know they take that and they run with it.
Oh, 100%.
Headlines
100%.
everywhere,
Well, they love to just make a spectacle of everything that he says. I mean,
and they only take a part of what he says. Like they
always
don't listen to everything.
they take
he's
a
saying.
piece and then they completely loop it to manipulate it to sound like
Yeah.
something else, and it's
Because
like
at the end of the
no.
day, also I feel like with Trump is who he is, and he likes
not
to
gonna change that.
joke
Yeah.
and just be himself, and I think that's how he is. Like he's all Trump is Trump.
That's not going to change. That's going to be him always, and that's the part whether you like it or not. Damn, our dogs are going crazy. It's time to whoop their asses. I think.
Y'all know we put him up in our room when we did this. But yeah,
What did you put on? Scarface or something?
No, I put
'Cause
on
they're aggressive.
Migration. It's like a little duck.
Migration?
No. It's not. It's not.
More animal
it's
movies?
a cartoon though.
Oh.
It's like
Well,
animation.
it sounds
you
like
know
there's
that
a
like
migration.
new movie that came out? It's like a ducks and stuff. I don't know. They're going crazy.
Well, they're
Maybe
going on-
someone's
on
like
migration.
driving by the. Who knows? But anyways, tariffs.
So these tariffs, I mean, a lot of people are upset, but I don't know if anybody, if people just like hear things on social media and just like run with it and take that for granted, or do they actually research and
Do you even
understand?
know what a tariff is?
Yeah, like, does
Do you know what it
people
does
know?
for us?
Do people know that we've had tariffs on us for years upon years
Yes.
upon years upon years? Okay,
South Korea tariffs us. China
from
tariffs like
Canada,
everybody. Yes.
everybody's saying, "Oh, we're backstabbing our biggest ally." No, we're not. This country, who's
Who,
our best
Canada?
friend, has one of the biggest tariffs on us and has had it for years upon years. Okay, there's one of the tariffs are over 200%. Can you imagine 200%?
Really?
But you're mad because we're putting 25% tariff because there's a president finally saying, you know what? We're done giving so much money away. It's time that we give you back the same treatment. So here's a tariff on this. It's time to bring money back to America. Okay?
That's
so,
his whole thing. America first.
And it's time. It's time to put our foot down and say that we're first. I mean, we've been putting everybody first before the American people nonstop, whether it's been Ukraine.
Look at how that's helped us. It hasn't.
It hasn't. Whether it's been Ukraine,
eggs.
Whether it's been Mexico, whether it's been Canada, whether it's been literally all over the world, everybody gets a piece of the pie before we do.
Give money to Burma.
Like, come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we have Canada upset, and
which again, it's y'all's money, okay? That's going there.
Right. This
Remember
is your
that.
money. That's going there.
It's not Joe Biden's money.
But I just find it funny that they're implying these tariffs now on us, and the newest thing is Canada saying how we don't have we won't be supplying power to you guys anymore, and you guys have no pretty much nothing without them, which I find it funny. No coal, no lithium, power source. Mind you, they provide only 25% of power to the United States, which are 5 states that are blue. So I don't know. In my opinion, go ahead and turn off the power. We really don't care. But
of course, it's the blue state.
Just to remind, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, no. Either way, it's the American people. No, I don't want to turn off the power here. But they seem to forget because the Joe Biden administration outsourced all of this. Okay, they outsourced lithium. They outsourced our coal, our power to all of these countries. So these countries kind of got comfortable by saying, "Oh, well." Yeah, we're the ones providing this to you.
Right.
Because he took away the jobs from America to outsource this. But they forget that we have 2 nuclear power plants in Virginia. We have many power plants across the whole United States. We have some of the biggest coal mining there is. We have lithium mining. I'm not quite... am I missing where we actually need them? The problem
That's why we're going to drill, baby, drill.
That's right. And it's about time we bring... jobs back to America.
Everything back to America.
Yes,
we're like
build here.
Why are we outsourcing everything when we live on a gold mine?
It's crazy. They tell us that they're going India. We're gonna raise tariffs on your automobiles. That's fine, because guess what? The automobile industry is opening back up here in the United States. It's time we build our own cars like we used to.
And Trump's giving them a month exemption to come here.
Right. Yeah.
Because then on April 2nd, that's when the tariffs go into play. So all of those, because he is in talks with all these automotive places that are coming to America.
I mean, we have Porsche, Mercedes, Lamborghinis in talk about coming,
like
and
something's working.
Right. I mean, they don't want to be tariffed.
And Trump is giving incentives of if you buy an American-made car, you get a tax credit.
Shoot, sign me up.
And then all these people are going to come here and do their make cars here because then the Americans are going to buy those cars.
Right.
So it's like
they won't have to pay tariffs, right?
They
come here.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting a piece of the pie.
I think they get a tax incentive too.
Of course they do.
The ones that come here.
Why do you think Honda, look this up, Honda is coming to the United States to build? Okay? It's just common sense, guys. And it's about time that we start building our country back up, getting our economy back in line, and bringing jobs back here where it belongs, America first, And people are angry, speaking of the economy, about how the economy is still crap and it's the worst. We inherited a really bad economy already that was completely drug in mud for 4 years.
And he's not even 100 days in.
Not even. So it's going to take a second to accomplish.
What he's done already is insane.
Right. Oh, yeah. He came in spicy and very hot.
Yeah, it's 4 years of...
It's a lot to undo.
But he's doing it. That's why he's going through where all this money is going.
Right.
He's trying to figure out how he can pay this debt back by doing tariffs. All this kind of stuff is what's moving towards getting our economy back to what it was. before all this mess that we were in.
Bottom line is that we just need to start to rebuild. We need to really stop fighting against each other. We need to see that these leaders on the extreme side are pushing agendas that are not benefiting you or your children. And instead of looking as colors and Republican and Democrats and who is the name under the president, we need to start seeing the policies that are going to start putting money in you and your family's pockets and a better future for your children, because that's honestly what it comes down to. It has nothing to do with who's in power. It's how are they going to lead us to a better future.
And what's amazing is clearly most of America
is on
board with that.
1,000%.
Since he won all swing states, the popular vote, the electoral call, like took it all. It's just that little few that
it's the few that are making the loudest ruckus, and I don't know. It's time to buckle up, ladies and gents. It's gonna be a long 4 years if you're not.
I get excited when they're like, "Oh, he's gonna do a speech."
Yeah, if you're not in the business of making America great and bettering your families, it's gonna be a very bumpy road for you. So, yeah. It's been
deal with it, so.
It's been a crazy. Yeah, right. We did have to deal with it for 4 years. So, here we are. I don't feel bad at all, But it's been a crazy week. I'm sure there's a lot more to come. Next week we're going to be touching, like I said, on a little bit about Ukraine, Zelensky.
Maybe we'll get into a little bit of the Oscars.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely be talking about the Oscars. And again, another place where they love to push agendas and interesting things. But we'll definitely be talking about that. I'm really excited about the whole Zelensky thing, because I've noticed that a lot of people are feeling bad for this guy, and that his persona is that he's so humble and he's coming with peace. And if you guys only knew the truth about the history of Ukraine and Russia, and you would have a better understanding, and it'll probably change the way you think about it. But guys, this is what we're going to be talking about. Again, it's not just going to be all politics. We're going to be touching on all
hot topics,
right? Just all topics. Yeah. It just so happens to be that this is the hottest topic right now.
It could be political. It could be
controversial. It could be funny.
But it could be like with like the reality world, or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not like celebrity wise, but like that too.
Explain it.
I'm trying to figure out the word.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Explain it. No, I got you.
Like, there's political, and then there's like, it's just hot topics of what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm having
she's been having a day.
Yeah, I didn't get great sleep last night, so I'm trying to...
None of us did. Yeah. It was a rough night. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in and listening, and hopefully we could have a good conversation. Please leave a comment below. We love hearing other people's point of views and being educated on different aspects. And
what you think.
Yeah, so go share this if you found any value in it, and hit the notification button. As you guys know, every Friday at what time?
9 a.m. Pacific.
9 a.m. Pacific, unless we say otherwise. Know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But until then, we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.